Hello guys and welcome to one more video about Path of Exile 2. This time we have a more amazing news after that release video packed with so much stuff. After that, DM had the tavern talk with Director Jonathan Rogers and some more news and information was released. It was more like a Q&A. They started by talking how much hype about this game have been generating, increasing for a huge amount of people that are interested on playing this game. They started asking about some classes that are not being released in this early access, which they are still working, like Druid and Hunter. So starting with the real Q&A, how many forms will Druid have? Druid has 3 primary forms, but will have other random shapes. How deaths will work in Atlas map? When you die, you can't resurrect. What about the loot? If a player dies, the others can't collect it? There will be a timer. If not collected, will be free for all to be collected. In Sanctum and Trials, when in party of 3 players, if one player dies, what happens to the rewards? The person who paid the cost, which is the key, the items that come from chests and stuff like that will belong to the key owner. Some people have questions about loot tier. Can you explain? When you get Magic Find, increase your chance of rarity, and it works in a way that will get better gear than you have, and not just random gear. Of course, you will still get random gear, but will scale in these sort of tiers that you can't see but they exist. And those tiers will increase the chance to find certain things, for example, chances to upgrade currency to higher types of currency. Chance to not drop equipment that is lower than your actual equipment, so your chances will increase according with these tiers that you can see. You don't need magic find to increase these chances, but the magic find will increase the chance to upgrade between those tiers. This is to prevent to stop dropping only crap items and bring some dopamine while you're playing. How will work exploration? In Path of Exile 1, some people completed all the story and they didn't even realize what the story was about. So in Path of Exile 2, they are doing things more rewardable, in a way that every dead end and every place you go, you can find items and something you can collect for exploring and rewarding you for the exploration. Path of Exile 2 is more focused in new player experience, eliminating third-party tools and party sites, and commonly asked question is if players will be able to search about monsters and abilities in-game. It is something they are keen to create. It's something they can't do at the moment, but eventually Grinding Gear Games wants to create that in-game. Was the cinematic and feedback what expected? They contracted a New Zealand team to do this work for them. Jonathan Rogers sent the script and he is very happy with the result and feedback. He does a comparison with Blizzard Cinematic, saying he doesn't have the money or resources Blizzard has to spend on these cinematics, but after all, he was happy with that result. Can you give me something good about Path of Exile 2? They will start with easy leaks in Path of Exile 2 at start. In Path of Exile 2, looks like they have an increased power in maps comparing to Path of Exile 1. What do you have to say about this? Will not have the same level as Path of Exile 1, but this is really hard to predict. Maybe in some maps they will get that power scale, others don't. Will you one-shot everything in game? Eventually it will happen, but will depend how they manage the number to not get too much out of control. Is there any information about anything related to Righteous Fire? Will not be in early access, but will be very different from what we know. In Atlas, if you die in a map, you can do it again. What happens if you die all around? We will have the ability to completely restart Atlas, so if you completely screw all the way, you can reset it. So there will be 4 alternative paths. If you die 4 times in a row on those 4 maps, the Atlas will automatically reroll and give you new alternatives, so you can play and try it right away. Atlas also will be big enough so you can always go around to get what you need. Failing the maps when you die will stop you going through these maps. Does this account for bosses like Pinnacle? Those are extra special because if you fail those, the boss will disappear, so these ones you really need to defeat those challenges. Pinnacle boss will have 4 tiers. Beyond that, can you modify the bosses or just the maps? in general isn't the same for every league, but probably we will modify the difficulty of the tree, and that difficulty scaling does introduce things like how skill works, number of minions that a boss might summon and stuff like that. There will be maps that give you specific buffs according with maps, so there will be uniques and farm only related with this type of maps. Yes, and they want to do even more, so they aim to give you certain buffs and items related with the theme of the map, so we'll find special spawn conditions for item spawns. How will gem quality work and what impact will do in-game? Gem quality will be an end-game thing, and it will start dropping only on endgame, so everything related with quality and increasing quality of gems will be only endgame. There was a skill gem being teased with some sort of mount and not talking again, which was for the ranger. Are more of these being made and are mounts just for the ranger? No, only arrow skills can have this type of skill. Atlas progression can be done in a group. Is it possible to do other content in group as well? The Atlas is only one person state, but everyone will be able to join. Of course, the exploration will be done by the owner of that party. Blood Mage first took Ascendancies as a negative input to the class. I was curious about this decision. Something was not mentioned in the video is that it will let you overcap your life by double. If you picking orbs, you can double the life you have. How many Ascendancies points you'll be able to get in Path of Exile 2? 88 points like Path of Exile 1. Chronomancer looked awesome. How does the freezing time work in party play? It does not stop your friends, only monsters. If you have a controller connected and keyboard, can you use both at the same time? The UI will swap dynamically between each depending on each one you're using, but at the moment does not do that. Mouse and keyboard support for consoles? Not yet, but it's something they will work for. Modifiers for maps? You will find these modifiers in-game. There will be an import-export feature in-game to copy builds from other players. There is a feature unfinished for this, but there will be a way to import and do this. This was the most important questions and answers from this interview. Hope you guys enjoyed this, stay tuned for more content, and as always don't forget to leave that like, subscribe to the channel to follow more content about Path of Exile 2. Thank you so much for the support, and see you next time.